You ever wake up, look out your window, and realize your mailbox has been hijacked by a woman in leopard print pajamas wielding a paint roller like at Excalibur? No. Well, buckle up, because I did. And that was just the beginning of my descent into Karen hell. Before I spill the tea hotter than Karen's morning latte, smash that like button, or the next thing she paints over might be your Wi-Fi router. Let me set the scene. It's a Saturday morning, birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and I'm feeling like maybe, just maybe, suburban life isn't so bad. I'm sipping my coffee, scrolling through memes, when I hear the unmistakable sound of passive-aggressive humming. You know the type. The kind that says, I'm about to do something I shouldn't, but I dare you to stop me. I peek through my blinds and there she is. Karen. Not just any Karen, but the Karen. The one who once called the HOA because my Halloween pumpkin was too scary for the children. The one who leaves notes on your car if you park half an inch over the line. The one who, I swear, has a direct line to Satan's suggestion box. And today, she's standing in front of my mailbox, paint roller in hand, slathering it with a thick, blinding coat of HOA beige. You know the color? That soul-sucking, personality-erasing shade that makes you question if you reliving in a neighborhood or a dystopian Stepford cult? I blink. I rub my eyes. Surely I'm hallucinating. But no, Karen is humming. Don't stop believing in painting over my custom, hand-painted mailbox, the one my late grandpa made for me, with little bluebirds and sunflowers. The one that's been there for years, untouched, unbothered, and, most importantly, mine. I storm outside, coffee in hand, heart pounding. Karen, what are you doing? She doesn't even flinch. She just turns, gives me that tight-lipped smile that says, I'm about to ruin your day and enjoy every second of it, and says, oh, hi. I noticed your mailbox didn't match the rest of the neighborhood. I'm just helping you out, helping me out. It's like I'm some lost puppy who can't pick a paint color. It's like my grandpa's artwork is a crime against humanity. I try to keep my cool. Karen, that mailbox is special to me. You can't just paint over it. She shrugs, flicking a glob of beige onto my driveway. Well, the HOA says all mailboxes have to be uniform. It's in the guidelines. I'm just enforcing the rules. You should thank me, really. Kerr. For vandalizing my property? For erasing a piece of my family history? I feel my blood pressure spike to levels that would make my doctor weep. But here's the thing about Karens. They thrive on confrontation. They feed off your rage like emotional vampires. So I take a deep breath, channel my inner zen, and say, I'll be contacting the HOA about this. She laughs. Laughs. Oh, honey, I am the HOA. Of course she is. Of course, she's the self-appointed queen of the Homeowners Association, ruling over our cul-de-sac with an iron fist and a clipboard. I retreat inside, fuming. I stare at my now beige mailbox, mourning the loss of my grandpa's art, and I know. This means war. The next few days are a blur of passive-aggressive warfare. Karen starts leaving friendly reminders taped to my door. Please mow your lawn to exactly 2.5 inches. Your recycling bin was out 5 minutes past pickup. Your wind chimes are too loud and disrupt the neighborhood's tranquility. Meanwhile, she's out there every morning, inspecting mailboxes, measuring grass, and glaring at anyone who dares to make eye contact. The other neighbors are terrified. I see them scurrying to their cars, heads down, as if avoiding Medusa's gaze. But I'm not backing down. I start researching HOA bylaws, looking for loopholes, anything to fight back. I even consider repainting my mailbox at midnight, but I know she'd have a motion-activated camera ready to catch me in the act. Then, one afternoon, as I'm doom-scrolling through Reddit, I stumble upon a post. Did you know it? A federal offense to tamper with someone else's mailbox? My eyes widen. A federal offense. It's not just an HOA slap on the wrist, but actual real-deal postal inspector territory. A plan begins to form. A delicious, poetic, Karen-proof plan. I spend the next day gathering evidence like a true crime podcaster on a caffeine bender. I take photos of my mailbox, before and after Karen's makeover. I dig up the old HOA guidelines, which, surprise, surprise, say nothing about mandatory mailbox colors. Even find a video on my doorbell cam. Karen, in all her glory, painting away while humming off-key. Armed with my digital arsenal, I called the United States Postal Inspection Service. The woman on the other end listens patiently as I explain, voice trembling with a mix of rage and giddy anticipation. So, let me get this straight, she says, barely suppressing a chuckle. Your neighbor painted over your mailbox without your permission. Yes, I say, and she's the HOA president. She claims she's enforcing the rules, but there's nothing in the bylaws about mailbox color. And this mailbox was hand-painted by my grandfather. It's irreplaceable. She pauses. Well, tampering with a mailbox is a federal crime. We take that very seriously. We'll send someone out to investigate. I hang up, heart pounding. For the first time in weeks, I feel hope. Sweet, vengeful hope. A few days later, a government-issue sedan rolls up to Karen's house. Out steps a man in a suit badge gleaming in the sunlight. Looks like he eats Karen's for breakfast. I watch from my window as he knocks on her door. Karen answers, all smiles and fake charm, but the inspector isn't having it. He flashes his badge, and I see her face drain of color faster than my mailbox did. They talk for a while. Karen gestures wildly, pointing at my house, at the mailbox, at the sky as if God himself will back her up. The inspector just nods, takes notes, and finally hands her a piece of paper. Karen slams the door so hard I hear it from across the street. A few hours later, I get a knock on my own door. It's the inspector. He's polite, professional, and best of all, sympathetic. "Just wanted to let you know," he says. "We've issued a formal warning. She tampers with your mailbox again, she could face federal charges. And, by the way, you're free to repaint your mailbox however you like. The HOA has no authority over federal property." I thank him, barely containing my glee. As he leaves, I catch Karen peeking through her blinds, face twisted in a mix of rage and humiliation. But I'm not done yet. Oh no. I wait until the next Saturday, when the whole neighborhood is out mowing lawns and washing cars. I set up a little easel, break out my paints, start restoring my mailbox. Bluebirds, sunflowers, the whole 9 yards. Neighbors gather, watching the spectacle. Some cheer me on. Others, emboldened by Karen's defeat, start asking if I can paint their mailboxes too. Karen storms out, red-faced, but stops short when she sees the inspector's warning taped to my mailbox. She glares at me, at the crowd, at the universe itself, but she can't do a thing. For the first time in years, the neighborhood feels free. People laugh, kids play. Someone even brings out a grill. And as I put the finishing touches on my mailbox, I realize sometimes it's the best revenge. ESNT, just getting even. It's showing everyone that the emperor, or in this case, the Karen, has no clothes. So to all the Karens out there, beware. The postal inspector is watching, and so am I. If you enjoyed this tale of HOA horror and postal justice, hit subscribe, or you might just find your mailbox beige washed by a Karen near you. Stay petty, my friends.